What we're demonstrating here is an extreme tree planting project in the southern highlands of New South Wales on the Murrumbidgee River. And what we're doing here is planting 2,000 trees over 70 hectares at an 18-metre square spacing. And we're trying to reproduce a grassy box woodland. And so, as you can see in the background, the trees that we've already planted, that's the spacing that we're doing. What we have here is a Carrero tractor. This is an extreme tractor. This is probably one of the world's best tractor if you're trying to plant trees in this situation. Where this tractor won't go, you'd scare you. It's better than a mountain goat. I love my Carrero. It's been able to help me plant trees in places where we could never plant trees. And when we're planting trees in this country, as you can see with all these rocks, you couldn't do it manually. It is just too hard work. It would break your back. So here we have this special rock breaker auger. I call it a reverse cone auger. And it'll drill in here amongst these rocks. And so what we do, we get a hole about 400 deep, and that allows for great root penetration and moisture to get down around the roots when it does rain. So we've got the hole drilled here, and now we break the back of the hole out. We put what we call bullhorn swales in. Every bit of rain that captures, we want to get it in the hole, around the tree. We can't afford to come back up here and water these trees in. To get good trees, you've got to give them nourishment. We've developed this really special tree starter mix. It's a biological root stimulant, microbe stimulant. We stick that in the hole, about 200 grams. We also have a product, we put a high carbon compost in there. And this is a microbially rich compost. We put a handful of that gets the carbon going and all the home for the microbes. Then we put about a teaspoon of tree gel. It's a special crystal that's got seaweed and fish in it. And it gives a good nitrogen kick. Then we get our little tree. This is also important how we plant our trees. And what we do shape it up a bit. These are the swales that we run out about 1 metre either side of the trees. And they capture the extra water to fill this little dam up in a downpour. Then we need mulch. We can't get mulch up in these mountains, it's too hard. So we have this special Eco Cover mulch mat. This is designed of compressed waste paper, and it's equivalent to 4 inches of mulch, and it lasts about 12 months. So it not only suppresses weeds, but it keeps the moisture around this little tree. And in these extreme circumstances, we actually use 2. We overlap them, and we know that we've got a good mulch layer here to protect this tree. Then we need to guard it. We need to guard it with these special guards, mainly from predation. We have a lot of kangaroos up here, wild goats and sheep. So this guard is our new 680 high guard and we get it lined up. And then we hammer it in. And in these circumstances, we put 2 stakes in these, just in case the kangaroos decide to rub up on them. We have them doubly secured. Okay, once that's in, we then rock mulch. So we pack it with rocks. This also helps stabilises the guard. So we get as many rocks, and it also acts like a mulch. Rocks make really good mulch. It shades it, protects it, and we're never coming back to these trees again. Once we've finished here, they're on their own. Then, in these extreme circumstances where we can't get a water truck, we have to carry water. And we give each tree 10 litres of water. And that's it. And we just hope we get a storm within the next month or 2 to carry this further. This water is mixed with a tree tonic. You can see it's black. It's got seaweed and fish. That's a stress relievant. So everything we do, we try to give maximum survival opportunity for this little tree so we don't cut corners. So by giving it all this necessary care at the beginning, I can basically walk away from this tree and know that it will survive. It will self-water, it will look after itself. In this landscape that we're rehabilitating at the moment, it's had 150 years of overgrazing with sheep and cattle and nothing given back to it. And as you can see, we're planting it out back to an original grass box woodland. So if you can imagine this dotted with these trees all over this mountainside, which is also creating fertility, helps stop erosion. These are the water catchment areas for our rivers, and they're badly in need of tree cover. And you can still graze your cattle once we've covered it with trees, but the main thing is they need to be properly grazed, never just to be left to eat the ground down to bare roots. Our animals should be moved through the landscape, never to be eaten out. And so yes, you can both have animals and trees. Unfortunately, our forefathers thought we had to cut all our trees down, and it's our generation now to replace them and rebuild this landscape to its original beauty.